What is going on here? Thanks for tuning in to another Black Sheep TV production. Today we continue our Does It Drift video series where we purchase vehicles in-game, build those cars up to drift spec, and then test those cars rigorously to see if they have the ability to be drift cars. Today is one of the most highly requested episodes that I have. I think there's probably only one that competes with it. And so we're going to get this thing out of the way. And what you're looking at here, guys, is not the Banshee 900R. It is the base model Bravado Banshee with all of the high-end upgrades on it. And we're going to take this thing to the drift track and see how she competes. The one pretty cool thing about this car is it is in the sports class. So you can use a Banshee in the sports class. Now let me say I do have a little bit of experience behind this car. Enough to say that yes, we will be able to get it a grade. It does drift. And also, unfortunately, I do know enough to say, and I think most people already know this one, this car just does not compete to the Banshee 900R. So don't get your hopes up too much here, guys. For old time's sake, we're bringing it back to the Gymkhana test course. It's been a long time. Well, now that I say that, someone will pull it up and be like, you were here a month ago. But even then, it's been a long time since I've been on this track and drifting around. So let's see if this thing stances first off. So far, so good. And there you have it. Not a problem with the stance, and that's really nice to see for a change. Seems like a lot of these cars now down the list, it's taking something crazy to stance. I'm blowing it up 10 times before I get on the track. So here we go, guys. Why don't you give me a lap or two to get the feel for it again, and then we'll get this thing some numbers to go along with it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ugh, this car is so long. Not bad at all, guys. I'm gonna do a little craziness and enter this thing backwards. Mess with my head a little bit. Not bad at all, guys, really. In all honesty, this car is not bad at all. The one gripe, the one bicker that I have with it is she likes to, as soon as you straighten her out, especially in the weight transfers left to right, she likes to shift. For example, let's say I'm drifting left and then I'm going to go to the right. See, if I don't tap that e-brake just in the perfect timing, I'll show you. Tapping the e-brake right, tapping the e-brake just at the right perfect time and it won't shift on you. Right there. Now, long story short, you can shift it and kind of just be ahead of it, but once you are good at that and figure out the car, she's a good drifter, real good drifter for the sports class. Not competing with the Schwarzer, I will have to say that, but it is a good car. It's definitely a good car. It's something that I might consider bringing out on the drift track. Keep in mind that some of these cars in the first gear, they drift so much quicker than others, so trying to drift this thing behind a Schwarzer and keep the angle and speed of the Schwarzer is going to be extremely difficult. Like, you're going to have to be on that e-brake very, very constant and steadily fluttering the front wheels with that left stick on your controller or whatever you're using. If you're playing PC, I'm not sure what it is. But as you can see, guys, she will throw some really long drifts if you want it to, and that's what's pretty cool. So let's get this thing a grade. Cost off the bat, it's $105,000 for the car. You have to buy it. It's too hot to modify if you steal it. So $105,000. It's a $50,000 turbo, a $40,000 transmission, and it was like 33 or something like that. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that, but somewhere around the 35,000 for the engine. It's about $230,000. And then you're throwing on the wheels and the paint and the exhaust. I think that's the only other thing you're doing. I put on a $3,000 hood as well. So all in all, you're about $250K. Let's just call it a $250,000 drift car. It's a sports class, which already it's battling with the beasts. And this definitely is a beast. She's a venomous snake for sure. There's something just about this color scheme that just makes it look like a dangerous reptilian. I don't know what it is, but anyways, cost of what you're getting out of it, I am going to give it a high score on this thing. It's $250,000 or less. It's sports class. I just went over all the good perks. I'm not going to say it all again. What's the point? Let's give it a instincts told me 8, but my brain kind of overrode that with a 9. Let's compromise. Let's say it's an 8.5 here, guys, for cost. Driftability. Driftability is really good, but this is where it's going to take its 1 point here down the drain because of that transfer. I'm going right, and I want to take a right, and it's going to shift. I'm drifting left, and I want to go right, and it shifts on me. But I'm drifting left, and I want to go right, and I use my e-brake perfectly, and I'm going to be able to do it just fine. So as soon as you figure out that time ratio down, and you just, kind of delay the RPMs out a little bit, then you get yourself doing nice big long drifts like that. And who complains with drifts like that, my friends? 9 points it is on driftability. Brings us into efficiency. Efficiency on this car was absolutely phenomenal. I'm not going to hit it with anything. Its stance is great. Stance first time. It was the drift is nice and good. It's a very, I wouldn't say, capable of those really long drifts. I would say she's a long distance drifter. She's at least going to be able to compete on the field with it, and it's a little bit speedier as well. So I am going to give it a 10 on efficiency. I don't see it taking any. I already hit it the 1 point on the driftability for the one gripe that I had. So that's going to bring us to a 27.5. Fire and heavy late in the game for the 30th episode of Does It Drift. So guys, I will update the scoreboard for Does It Drift, and let's show you guys right there where we're at. Looks like our Bravado Banshee fits right in there. Pretty close to the top of the mix, actually. As you run through there, it's pretty impressive to see where some of these lined up and where some of them, some of them are kind of shocking. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, this was a very high demand episode, and I'm glad to bring it to you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing my videos. If you're sharing my videos, if you're not sharing my videos, please begin to do so, because that will very likely grow my channel faster, and it will allow me to bring cooler things to you. A lot more, like I said, there's some big things in the works that I would love to do. I've already warned you about a couple of them. Hashtag PS4 and hashtag go check out my new channel. Link in description. As always, guys, I hope you stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.